Hi, it's Shane from Plant Based Runner, and today's video is all about the 5 things you should be carrying with you at all times. Hey there, today's video is going to be a short one, and it's just all about the things as a player you need to be carrying with you. Now this is going to be mainly for guitar players and bass players. Drummers, keyboard players, everything else has their own set of rules, but I'm just going to address guitar players and bass players. And there's nothing worse getting to a gig and someone breaks a string, and it happens, and I know you're going, well, bass, who breaks a string? I busted many a string, bad technique, whatever, but it's happened. And either you've got a whole uncomfortable night ahead of you playing with one less string, which is not good. It's good in a way because it makes you think about every song in a different way, but on the spot, that's a lot of stress. So always keep a set of strings with you. And I've seen people get caught on this. Guitar players aren't bad because it's more common to break a string on guitar than bass. So usually they're okay, but I've been on gigs where they frantically searched through their case or gig bag and went, uh-oh. So always make sure, no matter if you've got 10 gig bags, put strings in every one, and that way you're always going to be good. But never leave the house without strings. And also another thing to always carry is an extra cable. And even if you're a wireless, like I'm wireless 90% of the time I play, I've always got a cable because things can happen. Wireless can go down, cables can go bad, and that goes for patch cables. Have an extra patch cable, have an extra instrument cable, and that way, if something goes down, you're covered. And that way, if somebody else has problems and they didn't bring a cable, you get to be the hero. A tuner. Listen, we all got stomp box tuners that we use. And again, gear can have a problem. Or let's say you're doing a bigger show where you're backstage and being introduced. I have a clip-on tuner that I put on the end of my neck, and I'll tune back there and make sure I'm in tune. And of course, a lot of times, a lot of shows, when they introduce you, you're into the first song and you don't have time to sit there and tune, and the artist might not want you on stage before the downbeat. You know, maybe walk on and hit that first note. So having a tuner with you, a clip-on tuner, as well as your whatever pedal tuner you're using or whatever, that's a huge asset to have, because you can tune everything up backstage. Even with the temperature changes between stage and backstage, you can usually be in the ballpark, at least for the first song, until you get your first chance to tune with your tuner that's in your signal chain. So make sure you at least have one of those clip-on tuners, and they're cheap. So have your regular one, have a clip-on, and you'll have no excuse for being out of tune. Another one is batteries. And if you're a person that has a passive bass, not a problem. But obviously if you're wireless, you need batteries, unless you're a big enough act where you have techs that will take care of that for you. But take spare batteries, and take lots, and change your batteries often. I mean, if you have an active bass, make sure you're not pushing the limits on your battery. Have a regular schedule. We all have phones with calendars. You can have a reminder every so often to change your battery. Batteries are cheap. You don't want one to go down on stage. And that goes for your pedal board. I've seen guys where they have a pedal board with the one power source and the little cables that go power everything, and when a cable goes down, well, with a battery, you can slap a battery in there and carry on. But always have batteries. And again, I've come to the rescue of a lot of other musicians, and you come up being the good guy on something like that. You saved the show. It's great. You know what? People remember that. So just carry batteries with you, whatever you need. If you need 9 volts, double A's, just buy a pack, keep them in there, and you know what? Eventually there's going to be a time when you need them, and you'll have them there, and it won't be that big a deal. And lastly, one of the things I carry with me all the time is some tools. Now, I have basically a multi-tool and a screwdriver. So screwdriver has different bits on it. So if I need to access the battery well in the back of my bass to change a battery, I've got it there. If I need to change intonation, that takes care of that. If my rack is loose, I've got my multi-tool has Allen keys. Just take the basic of basic tools, so that if something goes down on your guitar or whatever, you can usually fix it yourself, and you're not scrambling around trying to find someone with a screwdriver or wire cutters or anything like that. Just a lot of those tools, I mean, you can go all out and buy the big Leatherman that has everything, or you can just buy, a lot of stores just sell little ones that have screwdrivers and the most used Allen keys in them, so that you can just take one thing with you, and it'll cover all minor repairs and adjustments that you need. So carry that with you. So those 5 things are a must for every gig that you do, whether you're going downtown to play a pub or going on tour. And of course, if you're on tour, you're going to take more strings and more batteries and all that stuff. But this is the basic thing to have with you all the time in your gig bag and in your case. And that'll make sure that if anything happens, you'll be prepared for it. All right, see you at the next video. Hey, if you like this video or any of the others I've done, hit that subscribe button. And if you're looking for bass lessons, head on over to my website, plantbassrunner.com. Go to my contact page, send me a note. We'll work something out. Thanks for watching.